The Staincast.
What is the Staincast?
Stain. Who is Stain?
Am I dreaming?
Yes.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Staincast. We're in franchise mode. It's been a while since we covered a big ass franchise like this. I mean, this is definitely the biggest thing we covered. We covered well, we'll get into it. As usual, it's myself, DL, the co-host, Mr. Hag, looking like Luigi.
Damn.
Posted up. I mean, the mustache and the fucking green hat.
Yeah, no, you're right.
He's looking like Luigi, but we are ready. We're getting started off with Harry Potter. In case you have been living under a rock and you haven't seen any of the updated news, we're covering Harry Potter for our franchise this season.
Yes, sir. Our first watch-throughs. Neither of us watched any of the movies before, besides maybe bits or pieces here and there.
But definitely not like I haven't watched them all back to back. I mean, at most, maybe I've seen like the first two movies. Watching this first one, couple characters and like events I kind of remember a little bit. But other than that, we're basically this is our first watch for this entire franchise. All 8 movies. Finishing off with what is it? Half-Blood Prince part.
Prince, yeah, part 1 and 2.
Yep. So we're starting with obviously the Sorcerer's Stone or the Philosopher's Stone, whatever you want to call it.
The Philosopher's Stone is what the book was called, but Sorcerer's Stone is what, or with his.
I read somewhere that in the UK was the only place that it stayed Philosopher's Stone, like even in the movie.
Okay.
No, it was everywhere except America was Philosopher's Stone, and then it was just Sorcerer's Stone in America. I don't know. It was confusing for me because I was looking up the teaser. I was trying to get the pictures for it, and I looked up Sorcerer's Stone, and then I saw Philosopher's Stone. I'm like, are these different movies? But then I saw it, and I was like, nope, these are the same movie.
Yeah, the same movie.
That confused the shit out of me a little bit. But you guys are in for a good one this week, and for the coming 7 weeks after this.
Yes, sir.
If you are Harry Potter fans, be sure to show us some love.
If you're watching this for the first time with us as well, let us know your thoughts. I know Mumbarilla is joining us on this lovely journey.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a long journey, so hopefully you guys can stick with us. And without further ado, we do have some new content. I think one new thing.
Hold on, let me check my.
I mean, obviously Invincible. That's the one thing I'm for sure.
Yeah.
That's new content for us. It finished. The season 2 finished this week.
Finally.
I guess it'll be last week by the time you guys are watching this. But whatever, you guys know what I'm talking about. It just finished. I just watched it Saturday or Friday or whatever it was. I thought it was very good. It sucks. Me and Xander were complaining that we had to wait 4 months or whatever it was for just 4 episodes. Obviously, I don't think there's anybody who watched that finale who didn't think it could have won another episode or 2. At least that's what I've seen from all the people that have seen it in our friend group. I feel like everyone
it definitely. So here's the hard part that I'm having with this is I don't think it's a bad season. I definitely think that, and I probably sound like a broken record, the momentum that was lost with that 4-month break really screwed up the back half of the season. But on top of that, this episode was good as in it did a lot of character work and character development for Mark and a lot of the other surrounding characters. However, it wasn't as at the beginning of the episode was, but the whole episode itself wasn't as big, action-packed, climactic as the season 1 finale.
Yeah, no, that's. I mean, I think it had its moments. I think the finale had its moments where it was more finale-esque, if you want to say that. I think that whole plot with Kang, basically, whatever his name is. Yeah, Engstrom. I feel like that was pretty tidied up. But I think the problem is just when you have a show with that many characters, there's kind of an expectation that they're closing everyone off for the season. All right, here's where they're going to be at next season or whatever. And they just didn't have the time to kind of get every character in that. Okay, we're in end of the season mode where, all these problems they've been having it all season, it's either going to get resolved. Something's going to happen. But I feel like it was just Mark. Obviously, you had that mid-credit scene or whatever it was, post-credit scene with Omni-Man. No spoilers. I mean, it just came out, so I won't talk too much about spoilers. But, I mean, you guys know it's it's fucking Omni-Man. He's not going to get killed on a ship. Sorry, spoilers, but it's fucking Omni-Man. But we saw more of Alien. What's his name?
Alan.
Alan, thank you, Jesus. I was like, his name is definitely not Alien, but Alan. We saw some more of Alan. I thought it was a pretty decent way down. I think it could have been better for sure. I think the hardest part now is just everyone's starting to realize that we now have to wait a very long time for Invincible, whether it be a year or like.
They said that it's going to be shorter than the gap
But for me,
that
a year is still a long ass time. Like, we fast forward a year, we're almost in the middle of 2025.
that's
If we've
that's an average for shows though
yeah,
is the year. So it's
yeah,
like if it's a year, I'm not mad. But if it's anything longer than that, like come on, like Invincible is good, but I can't like these 2+
yeah.
year gaps. Like it loses interest.
Especially when they kind of feel like it was like two mini seasons. Like just the whole, so all the events that happened, like with Mark meeting Omni Man on Thraxis or whatever, was it Thraxis?
Thraxa.
Or, yeah, wherever it was. That feels like an eternity ago. That feels like last season, even though it's still the same season. Like all that.
It's literally because of that one episode gap, and I think that when we take a second and like watch the season as a whole
Yeah,
without that gap, now that it's all out, you either for when we review it or just down the line in general, I think that it's
yeah,
just it'll definitely seem better when we have the whole season rather than that massive
yeah,
momentum breaker.
yeah. It just sucks because like that's, I mean, that's just the way we watched it. It's like for a show that we're as interested as we are, I just can't like not watch the episodes. Like at least the week, like at some time during that week. Like I thought it was a pretty damn good finale though. Just to sum it up in short, I thought it was a pretty damn good finale. I think all the shit that happened with Mark was tough, but I mean, like any finale, I just don't think finales are just. There's too many expectations in finales now because when you, like I said, when you have this many characters, like everyone's expecting all these this freaking, all these payoffs for all these characters. It's like the season two. I feel like there's still so much more to happen, but I don't know. We'll see. Well, we'll see when they start talking about season three because I'm sure it'll be a while before we start actually hearing like dates and more than just like, oh yeah, it's coming sooner than later. Like they're probably still working.
If they've even started it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm being optimistic.
But I don't know. Did we ever talk about Godzilla vs Kong?
I mean, I didn't watch it, but I heard it was the new
It's
mid.
yeah. I mean, the only thing that was really like all of the stuff. It's the same thing that I can say about almost every single Warner Brothers kaiju project. Is
Humans.
all of the stuff with the kaiju's is fun and actually a lot of the stuff with Godzilla. I mean, with King Kong was pretty entertaining, but all of the human stuff was fucking garbage.
I heard Kong was barely in it too. Not Kong, Godzilla.
Godzilla was barely in it. It was more a Kong movie, but it's still like what that was fine. Like that it is what it is. But like when you have a civilization that communicates with telepathy, and then you don't like either have a voiceover to show telepathy or have subtitles to show, like it was just they were just staring at each other in complete silence at one point in time, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on?
They're cooking. That's what it is. I mean, after seeing that Godzilla movie from that no name company, like
Minus
it's kind
one.
yeah, like I don't know, man. I just don't think there's the substance that they think there is with a Godzilla, with a MonsterVerse. I mean, at least the way they're doing it, right? It's like
It's
with
Warner Brothers. It's literally
yeah,
just Warner Brothers is money hungry and think that we need these fucking
yeah.
human plots when we
Yeah,
really
that's what I'm saying. Because
really
like if you made like 60-minute movie slash TV show, however you want it, whatever the term would be, with just the monsters in it, and you don't have to worry about writing a story. Fuck a story, man. I mean, obviously, it's not never gonna work because like you said, it's Warner Bros. They're old heads. They have their way of doing things. But I feel like almost like where it's just like each episode is like, I don't know, man. I feel like it's just, a different medium is needed for like a MonsterVerse if you're gonna, I don't know. Like I was gonna say, if you're gonna include humans, you should be doing like, I don't know, but I just don't agree with the humans being as central to the plot. I get you're supposed to have it grounded, like, oh, you need someone. I
but like the
I
way
don't
that
know.
the humans that they did use, it's like it's not worth it. Like they're taking
And the actors are never like,
from these monsterverse movies that we don't care about. And it's like and
yeah,
they're all substanceless, nothing
yeah.
characters.
It's like they exist just to like be the one who flips that switch that unleashes Godzilla or something, or whatever the situation would have you. Like they exist just to be the fools that are basically the in between the plot and like Godzilla. Like it's and Kong obviously, but
Yeah, it's fucking stupid. It's ridiculous.
and it's like this is like the second movie back to back of like Godzilla versus Kong, but like just make a Godzilla movie or make like I don't know. And
It
then
wasn't even Godzilla versus Kong.
and then Xander was telling me it was just classic fucking same powers versus same powers shit again. Where it was like the my fucking god, man. And that's another thing that's so stale. Like if you're gonna have Kong, he's gotta be the only one doing those kind of moves. I feel like it's just kinda he loses his
another monkey, which is pretty cool.
yeah, but it loses his uniqueness when it's like Godzilla's. I mean, like Kong is just freaking going toe to toe with another ape. It's like I don't know. It's like that's what makes Godzilla special. I mean, Kong special is like he's a fucking giant ape, and it's hard to counter something like that. But I don't know. I didn't watch it. Probably won't watch it to be honest. Maybe if I'm like super cooked one night and like I just want to toss something on, sure. But
yeah, definitely don't go out of your way for it.
I wasn't planning on it.
All right, well, without further ado,
let's do it. Let's jump into Harry Potter, the Sorcerer's Stone movie 1, book 1, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna do a little preface here. I don't have much in terms of critical analysis, just because it is the first movie, and I'm not in the, especially when there's 8 movies. Like I think even more so than ever, I need to hold my judgment, and I'm gonna try really hard to hold my judgment because there are some things that annoy me, like it's just every story. But like, if there's 8 movies worth, it's gonna be a while. Like there's a lot. You gotta let it grow. You gotta let it build up. Like I can't be like, oh, this character is a nothing character when there's still so much of their story to be told. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, so for me, like, I think I'll just preface it. Like, I did enjoy I did enjoy the movie. It was a good movie.
Yeah.
However,
I think a little too long, but I mean,
yeah, it was definitely a little too long. But like DL said, with this being the first movie, it is really just introduction to the world.
Just dump. It's just a dump.
Yeah. Like this is exposition 101, which I know is probably a good part of the first book as well.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's necessary. I completely understand. Like, there's no grand universe that's not established. Like, you have to do that. Like, it just needs to happen.
Yeah, but this movie, I feel like more than Star Wars Episode 4, which like if we can compare it to, like, this is straight introduction world building.
Yeah,
with like a kind of story in it. Because realistically, we have like the subplot of whatever's being hidden at Hogwarts.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's just showing throughout the years and throughout the year, with Harry joining like the Quidditch team and all of the different classes and seeing how Hermione and Ron and Harry like develop their friendship and whatnot.
Yeah. Basically become friends. Like that's like honestly, it doesn't really go too much farther past that. It's like I feel like their like befriending moment was them playing chess and shit, and that was basically the end of the movie. Like I feel like that was them like coming together, but
like they were like Ron and Harry were friends, and like they were friends, or they were like whatever. They knew Hermione.
Yeah,
that like you said, that chess moment was what really made them connect and
made them tight.
Yeah.
I guess we can just go down the line here. I mean, favorite characters. It's really early. And these guys are honestly very young children right now. I feel like
I will say, I'm actually not annoyed by most of the children actors.
Most. I was annoyed by Hermione or whatever her name is.
I said most, but I agree. Emma Stone.
I mean, she's a kid, so what are you gonna do? Like, it's not the end of the world. She grows up. They all do.
We've also seen what Emma Stone does nowadays. So
very interested in that. Very interested in what she does nowadays.
Yes, but yeah, Hermione was probably like the most annoying. But I guess we're going to favorite.
Yeah.
For right now, I'm gonna say Hagrid.
Fuck you.
Well, you're gonna say the same thing.
Yeah, because it was easy. Because like the other characters, like I feel like Hagrid's out of all the like the new like the Hogwarts characters that aren't his friends. Those like Hagrid's had the most to do. Yeah.
I mean, he's an idiot. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Hagrid is a complete dunce, but
I like him.
Yeah, he's a fun character. I I might come and bite myself in the ass by saying this, but I hope he doesn't die. Uh, but I like Hagrid as a character.
Yeah.
I think that he's interesting. He was definitely the comic relief at points, but also Ron is the comic relief. It's quite literally the comic relief,
Yeah.
or at least in this movie, it might change in the future. Um, but yeah, Hagrid, and then the relationship that he has with Harry is interesting.
Hmm.
I am also just because Hagrid deals with a lot of like the past with Harry's parents. That is
Hmm.
one thing I am kind of interested in myself is seeing more of how his parents died. Obviously, he was in either a battle or something with Voldemort,
Yeah.
but I'm
He
definitely
should
interested
not be
in more.
named.
Yeah, definitely interested in more of the backstory with Harry's parents.
Yeah, and I agree. I'm sure we're gonna get a good bit more of it. I mean, they left the door. I mean, they told us just enough to get like a general understanding of it, but there's a lot more they could go into. I hope they do.
Yeah, so the only thing I'm worried about is I really hope that it's not until like we're not waiting until the seventh and eighth movie to see Voldemort, because I know that he's only a big part in the seventh and eighth movie.
I mean, I heard that. I mean, the movies have been out for so long, and it's just speculation we're talking about, anyways. I'm pretty sure it's the fourth movie is when he actually gets like his body back, like when you
Oh, when he
actually,
shows up for the first time.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, that would make sense because that's not Prisoner of Azkaban.
No, that's the one after. That's Goblet of
Goblet
Fire.
of Fire.
Yeah, that's what I heard, anyways. Because I was just curious on how long they were going to build them up for, and I'm fine with. I mean, it depends on the execution. Obviously, I'm not going to just say point blank. I like when they take a long time because at some point it does just get like ridiculous. Just them playing the game of like, oh, we're just going to keep hiding him, and then. But I think they could definitely. Oh, I'm about to blow my nose real quick. But I think if they do it right, I don't think 4 movies is egregious. But we'll see.
I mean, and that's also 4 movies until like his physical introduction. Like
Yeah,
you can still have more development of either him or like what he did in the movies leading up to that, and then of course, obviously, we know he's the main villain of the last one, so there's going to be between
yeah,
4 and 8 more development that leads into than his downfall.
absolutely. Hold up. Hold up. I'm blowing my fucking nose.
One thing I didn't realize though, just before we fully leave the Voldemort topic for a minute, is how early they kind of like planted those seeds with when Harry was picking out his wand, and he's like,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, it's funny because its brother was the one that gave you that scar." It's like, what the hell?
Mm. Yeah, no, that was probably one of my favorite scenes. Not to jump too far into that segment already, but that's kind of like just to bring it back. That's like where I kind of liked Hagrid, like where I kind of started to like be interested in his character. I guess you'd say when he was going around showing Harry like all like taking him to the vault. He was like getting all
What was it? Grimwald's.
I forgot the name of it, but yeah, no, like that whole like basically as soon as Harry left his parents and everything, like that immediate scene after when he's like getting accustomed to all the magic that's going on and shit. I think
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
Hector takes him to go get everything he needs to start
Hmm.
off with.
Yeah, exactly. Take some school shopping.
Yeah, back to school shopping. It was
Hmm.
September.
Yeah, and it was buzzing down. They went to Big K, Boho. Um, so you said your favorite. I said my favorite's Hagrid's. I mean, whatever the hell his name is, fucking
Hagrid.
Hagrid. Um, yeah, I mean, I'll just say that just for right now. I don't want to give too many as my favorite. It is very soon for most of these characters.
It's
I
early in
th-
the franchise.
yeah, I think Harry and Ron. I think they were fine. Honestly, I think Ron was my favorite just because I feel like Harry. They were just in this episode, just because I feel like they were playing it safe with Harry. They didn't want to show like too much emotion from him. Like I feel like he wasn't like he didn't like. I feel like he was never like screaming or like super like emotionally connected to anything yet. I feel like they're kind of just like putting his character in like the slow cooker right now.
Mhm.
Because I mean, he is the main character. Like it's fucking Harry
Yeah,
Potter. So
everything is surrounding him.
mhm.
So
It's like it would be easy if they just made the entire movie about Harry Potter, but like that's I'm sure the next 7 movies are also going to be doing. So they want to leave enough characters,
yeah,
leave enough of his character to flesh out. Um, but the big three, I think they were fine. I think like comparatively, I think Harry and Ron were good, and then we already talked about
Hermione.
Yeah, I think she was definitely just loud and always whining and stuff.
Points.
Like they were just. But I would say my least favorite character has got to be Harry's parents, just because like they were villain von bad guys.
Aunt and uncle.
There's aunt and uncle. Yeah, they were literally villain von bad guys. Like it was too much for me.
Yeah,
Like it
I
was.
mean it's like people. I mean, I don't know. Actually, they might not do it nowadays, but even when we were growing up, like people would make the joke about sleeping under the stairwell and like
Hmm.
because that's fucking vile.
Yeah, no, they fucking violated. I mean, he clearly was just being basically tortured by his aunt and uncle for no
Yeah,
reason. And even like his, what would that be, his cousin then?
cousin, yeah,
Yeah, like he was annoying as shit. But I mean, I get it. Like I'm not faulting the actors or actresses. I'm just saying like the way they're written is just so.
one note.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh yes, we're just gonna be an asshole to you. Like you really don't ever even get a reason why. Like I guess like the sister thought didn't like his mother or something. Like she did a little bit of that. She talked about it a little bit, like when Hagrid pulled up to take Harry. But for me, it just didn't feel like earned enough, like or like reasonable enough. Especially how long it's been too. Like you think at some point, like after your sister's been dead, you like at some point, all right, all the shit that she pissed me off for, I'm over it now because she's dead. Like it's like to me, it feels like you're carrying all this hate on you for like,
For no reason.
yeah,
So some people are like that.
no, sure, but it's like for me, I would just like this. Like I feel like at some point, like the hate, you just gotta stop hating at some point, especially the way they're treating him. Like he's a kid too. Like that shit is straight up heartless.
Fuck them.
Yeah, that's true. Fuck
I
him.
guess. So for me, besides the two of them, um, right now I got to give it to Malfoy as well.
Oh yeah, he another villain von bad guy.
Yeah,
He was
literally just written as a one note. Like we know he's an
literally
asshole.
written. Oh shit. Who was he? Remind me. From Shark Boy and Lava Girl. What's his name? Like the kid who's also like basically trying to like there was Mr. Electric and then there was the
Mr. Negative or something like.
yeah whoever it was. I think even he
Minus.
minus because even he had his hair slicked back too the same exact way. Like he
Yep.
was they were on the same exact timing. Like they're both just
Because I think his name was Linus, so he made himself Linus.
yeah because they kept going on minus or something. Then he got pissed off.
Yeah, yeah. I found him.
Oh god, wonder what he's doing now.
I'm trying to go pic of him so I can screen share this. I got something else I want to put in here too. This one. That's a good pick. Here's this one too of him actually in the fucking minus uniform.
No up. I'm just checking out what he's doing nowadays. Yeah, oh yeah, when he's got the that shit is so hideous with his cape.
Looking like fucking
Oh
round.
my god, that shit ain't right.
Oh, I got something else. If I could find it, I'm gonna input it in. Actually, I'll send you the link to it. So, yeah.
I did not! Mr. Electric says nigga to the principal's office and have him expelled!
Did he fucking? Is that an edit?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, okay. Send it. I thought I heard that. Man, a
Yeah.
goated ass movie.
That's true. But yeah, so the Malfoy, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure he gets more development because I know this actor's like biggest thing is being Draco Malfoy, so I'm sure he's gonna get more development as it goes, and my opinions may change. But as of right now, he was kind of just that like, as you said, Baron von Bad Guy type of thing.
Yeah.
Which honestly is kind of how Slytherin as a whole is feeling for me. Is like Slytherin are like
Mm-hmm.
the
That shit nasty. Even the name just invokes like a uneasy feeling in me. Like just hearing Slytherin.
which I mean, so we haven't seen much of the houses yet.
Now all we've
But-
seen is Gryffindor and Slytherin. I feel like we really haven't seen the other two.
Which who knows if we really even will, because
Yeah, because they're all somehow all three of them are in Gryffindor, which is just a little ridiculous, but whatever.
yeah. But which house would you think you would
I mean, because Gryffindor is service, so it's like the leadership or whatever. Well, I was looking at all of them.
never Hufflepuff, that's all I know.
I would have to look at what each one does, like what each one. Harry Potter. What are they? Houses or
Yeah,
classes?
houses.
I feel like everyone always used to take these fucking house quizzes. Everyone would be like, "Which one am
Oh yeah, I guess we could do that.
I?" At some point, I feel like before we finish the thing, we could. Um, I think they're all just trying to give me fucking quizzes. I just want to see what they mean.
What do all the houses mean?
Yeah.
Oh, there's an official like quiz,
What do you mean?
like for on the Wizarding World website and shit. Like, there's an official quiz that you can take. I'm looking at
Huh.
it right now.
Let's focus on. Gryffindor is courage, daring, chivalry, strong moral compass. Hufflepuff,
Never Hufflepuff.
loyalty, dedication, honesty, humbleness. I don't know. All I know is I ain't in Slytherin.
So I don't know.
Ambition, cunning, resourcefulness, determination. I feel like these are all fucking synonyms.
Yeah.
It's like what synonyms attributes are, or same thing as all the rest of these. They're just using slightly different words.
Toads.
No, but I mean, I agree. At some point, we will do that official quiz. We'll do the official quiz and let you guys know what we got. Maybe you guys can do it too and let us know what you got. And then we'll, or we can just all put on that hideous ass hat. I almost forgot about that thing.
Sorting hat.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
ain't right. That thing is fucking gross. They ain't putting
It's
that shit
looking,
on my
it's
head.
looking ridiculous.
They ain't. I'll go to Slytherin before they put that fucking thing on my head. That was looking dusty as hell too. Get lice putting that thing on.
Nevertheless.
Where are we at here? Just to get back on topic. Ooh, okay. I mean, we have been talking about some of our make or break moments. Do you have any breaks before we continue? Because I don't think I do. I mean, it's the first movie too.
No.
I mean, the CGI looks
so-
like shit, but so does
Yeah.
everything.
I was gonna say that the really only thing I have is
That's that when they're playing that game, that looks
yes.
fucking
They're playing
bad.
Quidditch. It looks really fucking bad. But in general,
Troll
like,
looks really bad.
yeah, that tree. Oh my god, yeah. No, in general, I don't really have any breaks. I mean, this
Yeah.
is gonna loop back to the this is like the easiest thing to loop back to the Doctor Strange clause that we have, which
Yeah.
is like we're dealing with so much magic and unexplainable stuff where I can't really have a break moment. I mean, even if there were, like, there's nothing even too unexplainable or
Yeah.
like
It's just not something you'd find in the first movie. Like,
yes. But everything makes sense in the limited amount of rules that we were given in this first movie,
Yeah.
where I can't really complain about it.
yeah, it's like they're just not gonna throw that much at you. They're not gonna have that many unanswered questions in the first movie. Like, I think as we go on, we'll start finding more break moments, or at least like kind of like we feel out of character moments. But right now, we're just not familiar enough with the characters or the setting or the like, because every universe has its rules, and like the more you watch something, the more you kind of can kind of like feel for it. Where it's like, all right, this doesn't really feel like something a character would do in this universe or this that. But I mean, for the first movie, pretty. It's like in the universe they're living in, like this type of magic isn't that crazy.
Yeah, no, I mean,
It's like
It's-
compared to the other fantasy shows that came out around this time, like even the Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings doesn't have that much magic either, but I would say, they're pretty close.
yeah,
Might have even less magic than Harry Potter, honestly, because I feel like in Harry Potter everyone got a wand, everyone got the thing on them.
they're all strapped.
Yeah, exactly. Where in Lord of the Rings you only select few.
Yeah, I guess then we'll do our make moments.
Yeah. So that Quidditch game was pretty cool. I mean, ignoring the CGI because that shit was kind of hideous.
Yeah,
It was just
definitely interesting.
it was just interesting because I always would hear about it. Because I mean, Harry Potter was very
Yeah,
big. It was pretty.
Early in the franchise.
Yeah, like Harry Potter was pretty big for us growing up. Like, I wouldn't say it was the biggest, but I know I definitely had a decent amount of Harry Potter fans in my classes. and stuff. And I know I'd always hear that word Quidditch, and I never know where the hell it was from. I mean, as I got older, I realized it was from Harry Potter, but now it's like it's an alright game.
Yeah, I
Could
mean
just play
that was definitely
football.
cool. I think that the entire troll scene that was really cool as well.
Mm-hmm. Um,
I know you were saying earlier. What was it? The chess? Not the chess. Was it the chess scene that you were talking
yeah, I
about?
mean that scene was tough too. I think that was in terms of like whatever
Because
like
like it
puzzles and
wasn't like
shit. I think it would.
yeah.
What you say?
So it's it's interesting with the like the puzzle aspect of it because I don't know puzzles are weird to show in a movie,
Yeah.
but
I mean,
yeah,
I
an
yeah.
interesting one.
I mean, I don't even know if I'd call it a break moment or what I would call it. I think not having like a proper final battle definitely kind of
Yeah. So that's what I was gonna say is like this that because like the that was technically the final battle, I guess.
man. It was pretty hideous. Like you just see the back of that guy's head being Voldemort or whoever. Like I think it was just very weak in terms of like fights, like whatever you would call that. Didn't really feel like too much because as soon as Harry touched him, it was kind of just the end of it. Like that was pretty much it. Like he touched the guy, he was clearly hurting him. Then it was like, oh, touch him one more time, yep, he's gone. That's it.
Yeah, I
Rest in
mean
peace.
nothing. Yeah, I agree. Not having a final battle is very odd, but I guess there really wasn't.
Because even comparing it to something that came out around it, like even Star Wars Episode One, like that's still one of the greatest battles of all time, like sword
Yeah,
fights of all time, and that shit came out around the same time as this one.
so
So
like for me, it's really weird. Like I guess it's because it's the first movie, so it's not as bad because they are just trying to set up Voldemort for the future,
yeah,
but still. And then they had that weird like red herring shit with Snape,
yeah. I mean, he
which I
was
didn't.
just too evil looking for it to be real. Like they were trying too hard to make him look like they were trying too hard to make him look incriminating. Also, because I've seen the first movie before, and I remember that Snape is not. He just looks like a villain. Like he
I
dresses
know, I
like
knew
one.
because I knew he was a professor.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the only thing because it's like Hogwarts obviously wouldn't
Yeah.
hire bad professors. Like that just doesn't.
I mean, what's his name? Um. He who should not be named. I'm assuming he was a. I'm assuming he went to Hogwarts. I mean,
Yeah,
from
but
the
he probably
limited.
got corrupted.
Nah.
I'm assuming probably got corrupted by something.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't a teacher, but he might have been. He definitely. There's no way Voldemort wasn't a student.
No, I mean, I feel like that's kind of just like the rite of passage. Like every wizard has to go to that school or something, and
Yeah, I
then
mean,
like,
they said in the beginning that, or uh, Hagrid when he eventually came to like pick up Harry, he was like, Hogwarts is the biggest, most prestigious school for wizardry.
yeah,
Probably the only one, if we're gonna be completely honest, or the only one. No, I don't want to say the only one in the UK,
Hmm.
because I'm pretty sure the don't the Fantastic Beast movies take place not in the UK.
Don't get me started on that. I got
I don't
nothing to
know. I
say.
haven't seen any of those either.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of them. All I heard is that they're mid, fantastic mid.
Yeah, we're not watching those, unfortunately for anybody who are fans of those movies. We're not. We decided we're not doing them. We're doing the Harry Potter, not the Wizarding World.
That's just
So
too many movies. Also, like I would literally never watch Harry Potter again for the rest of my life if I watched all eight, then the fucking Beast movies. Like I think I would shave my head bald and jump off a building
yeah, maybe
in
if
that
I'm
order.
I feel like watching those later down the line, but
Yeah, like if Harry Potter, if that unit, if I feel like very, if I'm still interested for more after watching eight movies, then I would. But I'm not going to speak for the future.
yeah, we'll see how that goes when that goes. Do we have anything else for make moments? I mean, I, I will say overall the look of of the magic and the use of their powers is pretty cool. Um,
I gotta see more spells.
yeah, some of
Because
them are pretty
we've seen
like
such a limited
levitating, like the Leviosa, like it literally just
Wingardium
floating.
Leviosa. Yeah.
Um, but like Hagrid shooting the fireballs to start the fire, like it looked good. It looked
Yeah.
like you would
And
think.
who is
I do kind of want a wand now, though. I want to like because I think you could make your own wand.
them
I
shit's a
think it's
shrimpy. Give me a lightsaber. Fuck
well, I
that
mean, yeah,
wand.
fucking of course a lightsaber, like, but I already have one of those, so
Like, is it not just a piece of wood? A wand? Like, can't you just go outside and just take a stick from the ground and call that shit your wand?
um. Well, no, because remember when Harry was buying it, it said that it had the feather of the phoenix inside of it,
Uh,
and that's what you like made it so powerful.
show up! I was gonna buy a backwood and call it a wand. Maybe that looks a little bit more like it than a stick. That might be a play. But I mean, besides that, favorite scenes. I'm trying to just like scroll through the movie. Um, that mirror was pretty cool. That mirror that kind of like showed you
That
what you
showed,
wanted.
yeah, and that was like it was Gandalf that was Gandalf. I'm fucking that
Mm-hmm.
wrong franchise.
Dumbledore.
Dumbledore. That was Dumbledore that was explaining to Harry how that worked, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, because he saw his parents and Ron saw fucking
Him
rich,
winning the cup or whatever.
yeah, the fucking Quidditch.
Yeah, that's tough. But it's just ridiculous. One man wants his family back. The other one wants to win a fucking trophy for Quidditch.
Quidditch.
That's tough. Um, I think that's really all I have. Like we said, there isn't like the defining moment. Like there's a lot of movies where it's like Star Wars Episode 1, like that shit's very clearly like it's the final fight, or I don't know. Like there's usually a scene that I kind of cling on to as like my favorite scene,
Mm-hmm.
but I think overall, I think the movie is. I think like the whole first movie really is just an exposition dump. So really just comes down to like which element you like the most of what they're dumping on you.
Yeah, which again, I like the world building. I said it in the group chat when were going back and forth with the gang because some of them had stronger opinions about Harry Potter than others because most of them watched it.
Yeah,
But I said it in that like I'm a sucker for world building. Like that's what.
it's just got to be good.
Yes, exactly. So far I'm very much enjoying the world building and the stuff that we've gotten that has got me excited to watch more. I
Mhm.
hope they just add on to that. I mean, that's the best part of Dune 1 and 2 is the world building,
Yeah,
and those movies are fucking fantastic. Star Wars
yeah,
has extremely good world building, even going into just video games and stuff. Like
hmm
world building is what can make or break something.
absolutely. Especially with something that's so built on like that world. Like you need to feel like you need to be happy to be inside that world. Like if you don't like the physics, or you don't like their rules, their like well, like or like the way that they like their magic system or anything like that, like it's very easy to just not watch it. Like let's say like you hate the whole like magic, the whole like incantation, like saying it out loud and spinning your wand. I'll say right now, I don't. I'm not a huge fan of it. Like I'm not like into the realm of hating, where like this early I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, it's like I don't like this system, so no, I don't like Harry Potter. No, 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 no. I think it has drawbacks, and I think it's not as exciting as something. I mean,
Oh
obviously
no,
Star
it's
Wars.
definitely not the most exciting thing in the world, but at
Yeah,
least it's piqued my interest.
yeah, and it's just it's new compared to the other systems we've seen before. So I'll give it a try, 100%. I'll be reporting back on just like I think like we could definitely do like a section where we just talk about the world building, like whether we think like it'll probably just be part of the general flow of the episode. We're like, do we feel it's like actually being added to? Do we feel like it's like an empty world? Or we'll go more into it as we come along. I think just every episode we should just make it our business to like try to like still like take a step up from the previous episode. Like, all right, this is what we didn't like last episode. Did it change? Did it not?
Definitely. No, I agree. And I mean, we're definitely going to be doing that. I mean,
Yeah.
just going to be coming with going through this franchise.
Yep.
Watching these characters grow.
And I know we already spoke about quotes. There really wasn't. I'm not expecting super like some like all time dialogue out of the movie. At least out of the first
Out of the
movie.
first one, yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's like we said this before the episode started. There's like the meme ones, like you're a wizard, Harry, and you were just saying it before the Leviosa, not Leviosa,
Yeah.
or whatever the fuck,
Yeah.
whatever the actual pronunciation is.
Yeah, I've seen that clip so many times, and I never even seen Harry Potter. Like, 'cause whenever I hear them actually just say it regularly, like the Wingardium Leviosa or whatever, it's like fucking triggering me a little bit, just because I'm used to hearing that meme. That's like literally
Everywhere.
fucking yeah.
Besides that, like there's nothing crazy. Like Hagrid, even though he was an idiot, like he didn't say anything.
No, there was nothing that caught my attention. Like usually I write down a quote, like if it really does something, like whether it's like good or bad, and I just didn't really have anything. So I don't think it's a good thing or a bad thing. It's just like it was fine.
Yeah, but I'm sure as we get into more and get more attached to some of these characters and stuff,
Yeah.
quotes will come
True.
flowing more.
True. Up next we got Yates.
This is going right back to the Doctor Strange clause. I think
The only one I have is the invisible cloak.
okay.
How do you find the invisible cloak if it's invisible?
Maybe
you don't.
the inside is not invisible, so if you flip it inside out, it doesn't make sense. The invisible cloak makes absolutely no sense. But you're kind of this, like we said a little bit ago, you're kind of just accepting that this is how it works in this world.
Yeah.
With the world building.
Yeah. I mean, I have one actual legitimate but I mean that's just it's gun physics again. When Hagrid bends the fucking double barrel, then it shoots the ceiling and still shoots. I mean, I'm fine with whatever. It looked cooler than if the gun just blew up like it would have. But it probably would have blew that guy's hands off, but whatever.
That's just gun physics.
Yeah, exactly. We love that. We love the portrayal. No, but besides that, I agree with you. It's when you're in this universe, like unless someone's pulling out like a fucking rail gun and shooting it at somebody, like I'm not. It's very difficult. Like you have a lot of leash. You have a really big leash when it comes to magic. At least like inside of using magic. Like I said though, it's like if Harry Potter jumps off a fucking 30-story building, like that's not magic. Like that would be ridiculous.
Yeah, magic can literally mean and
that's true though, exactly. But like if all of a sudden they just have a spell that like just makes you like makes you float or something, then it's just. I'm curious to see how much of a crutch they use the magic as, because I know the Force is a great example of something that's been basically turned into a crutch or a plot device. So I'm curious to see how far they will go with the magic, like how many kind of spells they'll do, or if they have like active abilities you can use too. Where if it's almost like what movie would that be like, or show? We can almost add like a buff to yourself. Like if you do a spell, maybe like it makes you move faster. Like it's not like an attack per se, right?
Enchantment? More.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that sounds like I think you're right. Curious to know if they'll do something like that too. Like not just like a fucking beam struggle where like just two guys sitting like this, shooting their beams at each other. Because I feel like. I know it's going to happen at some point. I know that is a battle that happens.
I think it's one of the final battles that happens.
Yeah, because I know Xander was on his fucking soapbox hating on that shit.
Which we'll get to it when we get to it,
and he'll be on at some point, 100%. We'll get him on here too because he had a lot more to say about it than we did. Like if you're wondering like what our opinions are on the show, it's like we said, it's too early for me. I mean, at least for me anyways, it's too early for me to have like a strong stance like, oh yeah, I'm ride or die Harry Potter, or oh this show is ass. Like you gotta give us some time. I gotta digest. I gotta let the characters grow up because they gotta be like 12 or 13 in this movie.
Yeah, they're young. Let's see. Actually,
I'm gonna say I mean, what's her name? Keep going her.
Hermione.
Yeah, Hermione. Yeah.
Harry is 11.
Damn, bro. Shout out them for fucking holding that down because it really wasn't that bad.
I mean, I don't know how old Daniel Radcliffe is, but the character was 11.
Oh, how old he was when he recorded it?
Yeah.
I'm assuming around the same. I mean, he doesn't look that old, not by any means.
He was also 11. Yeah.
Perfect.
So, yeah. I mean, yeah, we're literally going to see them grow up, and
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be interesting once we get to the end of it. But
I was about to lean in for the thirsty moment, but there is none.
there is one.
I'm gonna table it. I'll put it on the back burner right now because at some point Emma Watson will be the main course, but it's not going to be this episode. She will be 100% because like she's got to be towards the end. She's got to be like in her late teens, right? Towards the end, it's got to be because I feel like those movies concluded in like the 2010s, didn't they?
I have no idea.
Yeah. I guess we both don't know. We both clearly haven't seen these movies. Half-Blood Prince Part 2. Is it that one that's Part 2? Yeah, that one came out in 2011. Okay, so it starts at... So it's 10 years? Yeah, 2001 was the first one, and then 2011 was the last one.
So they were 21 in the last one?
Good! Very good! So we'll be back. Don't worry. Emma Watson, we will be back. We will be there. And she will be hearing from us. That's for sure. For sure. I mean, certainly nowadays. Whew. Tell her to pull up the Joyce. Need that. But with that out of the way, unfortunately, all of you can put your cocks back in your pants. We will not be talking about anything this week. Now we can get into the question of the week.
Yes, sir.
We'll jump into this. We'll get this going quickly. It was a simple question for you guys. Wanted to keep it easy. First week starting the franchise.
What did we ask, DL?
Don't want to have too much on your plate. Where the hell is it? I can't find it. I don't think I added it. Fuck.
God damn it.
Hold on, I'm dealing. Here it is. All right, so I asked you guys, fittingly, as we're starting it, what's your favorite movie out of the 8? And if anyone who's curious, it was literally just the 8 movies.
Wow.
Technically the 7 plus the part 1 and part 2. Regardless, I still asked you guys what were your favorite movies, just to get an idea of anyone who has seen it, kind of what the big players are, the big names are. And from Mr. Pusk. First 4. I'm assuming he means first 4s are good. First 4, everything else is mid. Also, J.K. Rowling a hack. As you can see, he's a lot more passionate than we are on the subject. So he'll be on one of these episodes. I won't spoil which one, but he'll be on one of them.
He'll be here. Yeah, he'll be on here.
Don't you worry about it. I don't know if we talked about it in the beginning of the episode, but whatever. Mumbrella says, I don't know. I haven't seen them yet. Yes, Mumbrella, we know.
Thank you for the response.
No, we appreciate you commenting anyways. I got respect for that. Mr. Maxwell, he said 3, which is Prisoner of... however you pronounce that. Yeah, which I heard, yeah. No, so then we have Goblet of Fire from our Pete24, not to be confused with Chet Peterson.
Chet Peterson.
Chet Peterson. It's late, guys. It's fucking late.
Yeah, we're recording.
So he said Goblet of Fire, which is number 3. And then we have B said Chamber of Secrets. Tough. And he will also be on one of them. I know we haven't heard from Brian James Arachi in a while, but BJI will be around soon.
When was the last time we heard from BJI?
And BJI, probably Guardians one when we did them all together. Actually, no, that's not true. No way, because we did one in your basement. That was Guardians too, wasn't it? No. Regardless, while you're looking for that, I'll do the freaking... as usual, thank you guys for voting on the question of the week. You guys are the best. Every Saturday-ish, we are posting it. You guys know this by now. If you haven't been voting, and then you like Harry Potter, if you like Harry Potter and you haven't been voting, the fuck, man? The hell? What's wrong with you? But did you see which one was the last one B? Pop that on.
I think it's Guardians Volume 2, which was fucking 2 years ago.
Nice. Yeah, so we'll get him on here. We'll get him back in the game. It's been a
Yeah,
while since he's tapped in.
little BJ.
Yeah, we'll have a little BJ sesh. Little
Hey, yo.
James Arott.
Hey, yo.
What? It's time for us to rate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it. I was gonna look at some critic numbers, but the numbers are cooked. And for the first movie, I don't think it'll be necessary.
I'm intrigued to see which one is the most critically acclaimed, but we can figure that out.
Yeah.
The last one, that should be what we do.
Yeah, I feel like as soon as we watch all of them, then that's when we rank them, and then we compare our rank versus, like, then we'll just look up online the best Harry Potter movies, and then we'll look at other people's lists and be like, oh, yeah, this is right, or no, this is completely wrong. Maybe we'll do something like that.
Yeah.
If I had to rate it, though, I mean, it's tough. I think I'll do, like, a strong 7.5, maybe a 7, just because
I
there
think
was no final battle. I have to take off points for that. I'm a pea brain fuck, and I love me. I like me a nice battle.
Yeah, final battle hits.
Yeah, absolutely. It ties everything out usually nicely up in a bow. But I mean,
I think
it's a movie that's like without me doing a cop out answer, like we'll have to see. Like it will only either get better or worse depending on the movies that come next. I'll give it like a 7 or a 7.5, but realistically speaking, this movie is only as good as the next 3 movies or whatever. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's definitely a good movie. It's got my attention peaked for what's to come in the future.
2 hours and 32 minutes. It probably could have been 2 hours even.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have been mad.
It definitely needed to be shorter. It was definitely a little on the long side.
Yeah,
I would rewatch it, but I would also only rewatch it based on if I like more of the other ones.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. If we watch more and there are like certain things that happen that like callback, I feel like callbacks are a big thing too. Those are important, and if they don't have those, then there's like you just kind of don't need to. If it's one of those scenarios where all you need to do is know what happens in one, and then you can watch the rest, or a situation like that, then rewatchability ain't it. Like it's not good, especially if they sum up. Like if they do like flashbacks in the movie, I feel like that could really kill rewatchability too.
yeah.
Like if in a future movie.
So I think I'll put it at a tentative B+.
Sure, we're doing letters, aren't we? I think it's around the same though as the 70.
Yeah, B+, 7.5, 7.5.
I can live with that.
That is subject to change though, because that could either go up or down, based on how much I enjoy the
rest.
next 7 movies.
Yeah, fucking hell.
So
yeah, I just give it a B flat. If B flat, it's just B straight.
B's great.
Yeah, B straight.
Yeah, but we'll see how it goes in the future. I'm definitely excited.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely excited and intrigued.
Yep. It's even too early for us to even have guesses or anything on what's gonna happen.
I have no idea.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like I just feel like there's just not enough story. Like the story is just like, I mean, I can guarantee you Voldemort's coming back. That's like the only thing I can say. Like, is like as like a guess. Like I cut.
That's about it.
Yeah, it's like Harry Potter is gonna he's gonna get cracked. Yeah, that's all I got.
Yep.
That's all I got for Harry Potter. Watch it if you haven't. Like Hag said earlier in the video, if you haven't watched them before, now is a wonderful time for you to start. We're doing it. We will be doing these. We're going to be doing these every week. Also, like it's not like we're going to be taking breaks in the middle. I mean, unless it becomes unbearable, I'm not going to say for sure that we're doing all of these in a row, because if we need a break, we need a break. Like it's easy to say now that we'll do them all straight.
But we're going to try.
Yeah, I'm at 100%. It's not like we're going to see how it goes, but 100%. If you haven't seen it yet, do the right thing.
Yeah, well, Thank you guys for tuning in. Of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, leave us a review and follow us. When you guys are done doing that, go over to our Instagram at the Staincast, where you can follow and turn on post notifications, because we do know when y'all skip. And
Don't get me started with that. I'm about to make a thread again.
oh shit, Deal's gonna start threatening.
Yeah, I'm gonna start freaking airing out people's address. I got the list.
Oh shit.
I got the list. I got the list right here. You know what's in here? This is every person's address along with all of their loved ones. All of their loved ones. All right, you got a cousin.
Yep.
You got a cousin who lives in fucking Uzbekistan. It's in here. It's in here.
It's all there.
Yep.
But and then don't forget to click that link in that bio where you can buy some merch. And of course, stay tuned for the question of the week and the teaser for surprise to nobody, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. And I'm already seeing that Dobby is in this movie.
Who is?
Dobby the house elf.
Who the fuck is that?
Oh, you'll see.
Man, I guess I'll find out.
Yeah.
But like Hag said, stay tuned. We've only just started. We got a lot more Harry Potter to go. So if you guys want more, holy shit, you don't have to ask. Because we got 7 more fucking episodes.
Yes,
But
sir.
it was a pleasure. Thank you guys for watching this far. You guys are the best. You know what to do.